Hello flight simmers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Hong Kong. We are back in the mighty PMDG 777-300ER in Microsoft Flight Sim, of course, and yeah, we are taking this beauty of an aircraft across the Pacific all the way from Hong Kong over to LAX, and this is a continuation of the flight request series of videos which I'm doing at the moment. So over on my Discord channel there's a flight request tab, and you can go in there, put in your own request or upvote other ideas. And so this specific idea, flying Cathay 882 between Hong Kong and Los Angeles, was the flight gaining the most likes, so I am very stoked to do this flight for you guys. And yeah, looking forward to this one. I've actually been waiting for the 777 release for Microsoft Flight Sim in order to do this flight, and here we finally are, so I'm very excited to do it. And yeah, also I should add, just as a note for you guys, so I've installed and I'm running right now lossless scaling, which well, I guess most of you guys know what it is by the time, but for those of you who don't, it's basically a frame generation tool, and it helps me with my system a lot. It works really well. So over here on the top left hand counter, I'm not sure if you can really see this on your screen, but it says 30 and 60. So what I've done is I've limited my game frames to 30, and then by doubling the frames up to 60 with the frame generation tool. So for me it's looking fairly smooth. However, I am not entirely sure of if OBS can actually capture the generated frames as well. So as of now I'm not sure if you guys see 30 or 60 FPS. However, even if you only see 30 FPS, it should make for a rather smooth experience. And then of course, going forward for the next streams and videos, I will try to set it up in a way that you also see the full FPS, of course. So this is just as a side note. Yeah, so about this flight, it's a fairly long flight, 13 hours it will take us to get to Los Angeles. And yeah, out of Hong Kong, I haven't been here in a while, especially not in Microsoft Flight Sim, and this is pretty cool here because we have the new runway over there built into the bay, which is kind of cool. But not sure if we actually use this for departure, or we might just be heading down here to what is it? Is it 25 left? Ooh, nice Silkway 747. Heading for departure, beautiful. Yeah, so looking really good. Yeah, let's see. I hope I can at least maintain the 30 FPS. If not, I might consider to kick out the AI traffic, as this is always very CPU intensive. But for now it looks good, and yeah, wow, this aircraft already looks beautiful. This light here right now. Okay, that has been a lot of blabbering, I would say. Let's not waste any more time and let's jump into the flight deck. And so here we are, starting from yeah, not cold and dark, but I've just really kicked on the electrical power. So we are connected to external power. We can switch on the 80 IRUs for navigation. Seatbelts can actually come on as well. Nav lights are on, and the rest of it looks good. Then we will continue by looking at our flight plan. So heading over to the EFB, request data from SimBrief. This should also build our route. And there we go. We can check the departure weather, which is variable 3 knots, few clouds, 2000 to 30 degrees, quite humid as well. QNH 1007. Okay, so I will actually look out for AI traffic, see which direction they depart. I think towards the east is a little bit more scenic. But yeah, we'll have a look at this in just a second. Heading over to the OFP. So flying Cathay 882, STRIX 80, C0.2 or 3.5. Takeoff weight 328 out of 351, so fairly heavy, but still quite at max takeoff weight. It's actually really hard to get the 777 to max takeoff weight. I don't know which route to fly really. I think it needs to be like a 15-16 hour flight in order to get there. But yeah, we'll start off at flight number 310. alternate being San Francisco, and it's quite far away, but I think it makes sense since Cathay surely has operations at San Francisco as well, so it comes in handy to have it over there. And yeah, block fuel 125.1 tons. That's a lot. So I'm looking forward to this departure. That should be great fun. Right. So first of all, hitting the B key, cheating a little bit to get the local altimeter, but there we are. Then we head over to the FMC, pause in it, enter the route, request. We get it from SimBrief, and now we have this really cool handy feature, just setting payload and fuel with just 2 clicks, which I think is very cool. Of course, it would be even better to have a proper GSX loading integration, but I think that's something to come in the future. So we select this route. Oh, that has been a massive stutter, bit of a freeze there. Let's see, requesting, and then we will load it in. Right, in the meantime, okay, let's see, I'm actually just looking for any AI traffic indicating for which direction we need to use, but I can't see anything right now. Oh, he's pushing back, but we will not see it any, maybe it will take a few more minutes. Okay, since it's variable winds, you know what, guys, I think it's more scenic to depart towards the east. We will get closer to Hong Kong City. So I would say let's head down there to whatever it is. I actually don't know, 007 right maybe? 08 right? Not too sure. Let's select this one. Okay, loading in the route. This takes a few seconds. Then we will go departure. 07 right it is. And it should be the ocean departure, Ocean 3 Alpha. Nice. Okay, for the arrival we'll just go according to the flight plan, so we can go ILS. I always mess this up. Which one is the departure and which one for arrival? So it's the outer for arrival, so 2 for right. That's a good choice. 2 for right, and it will be the Ironman coming from Burgle, I think it is. Right, activate. Nice. Perf init, accept, 0 fuel weight, 203.6, reserves 9.6. That's also coming from SimBrief now, which is very convenient. 31080, looking good. LEX, route data, let's load the wind. I believe this might drop a little bit. Sorry, increase. Usually we're having tailwinds flying towards the east, and we do indeed. That is very good. Right, and now we can actually continue the takeoff calculations. Wait, let's actually have a look at the departure first. Ocean 3 Alpha, I think it is, right? Yeah, so out heading 074 up to Porpa, minimum 205 and 220 until TD, until Tonglung BOR. Yeah, there we need to be speed 220. Alright, and then on to ocean. Initial climb clearance 5000, but we are flying offline, so it doesn't really matter. Transition altitude 9000. Okay. Performance 07 right. Conditions are dry. Import from aircraft. Import weather. Calculate. Alright, so that's going to be flap 5. Rating takeoff sector 41, and given the temperature of 30 degrees outside, so this is pretty close to max takeoff power actually. However, so that's on a flap 5. I'm looking, let's try flap 15, and now I'm just looking at selected temperature. So if this one increases, then we might as well use a flap 15. And it does, at least by 1 degree, so that's a little bit. So takeoff 42, speeds 166, 73, 77. Yeah, these speeds are more manageable, I would say. Right, so in it, thrust limit 42, takeoff flap 15, center of gravity 25, and speeds 166, 7377. That's in line with those, okay. Right, so speed 177. Initial heading, does it say up here somewhere? 074 it needs to be. This is really slow. 074, and altitude, yeah, we're flying offline. Let's make life a bit easy for us. So going flight level 310, flight directives, LNAV, VNAV, VORs coming on like that, and yeah, I believe we can run the pre-flight checklist as well. So oxygen, there we go, is tested, and flight instruments 119, 119, 1007, twice, 3 times. That's looking good. Alright, boarding still progressing, so this will take a little bit longer. In the meantime, I'm wondering, since we have packs off at the moment, if we actually get cool air in here. Yeah, it looks okay, 24, because we're connected to ground air, so we don't need to run the packs. Alright, so boarding is completed. That's very good. So let's continue with the preparations. APU's coming on. Then we will head over to ground operations. First of all, close all the doors. Closing, and we can arm them all. At least the passenger doors, of course. Ground service vehicles. We don't have any connected. Ground connections. Still need to wait for the APU to come online, so we can switch over to APU power. Okay, APU is running. So this comes off, and then we can remove, release ground power, release air conditioning, and release jetway as well. Should be releasing, I hope. Okay. Overhead panel, hydraulics. We start with the right demand pump, wait for the fault light to extinguish, and then we can do all the other pumps like that. Seatbelts and non-smoking are on, fuel pumps coming on, center ones as well. Packs left and right, so this is looking good, and we can do the beacons as well. Transponder 1000 TA, like that. Right, and now, last but not least, remove the chocks, and we can ask for pushback. And the before start checklist. Flight deck door is closed and locked. MCP V2 set to 177, heading 074, altitude 310, LNAV VNAV armed. Takeoff speeds are inserted, 166, 173, 177. CDU preflight is completed. Trim, I forgot. I knew I forgot something. So we do need to set trim up 6.0. So this needs to come up quite a bit. 6.0, there we go. So now trims check, taxi and takeoff briefing. Yeah, let's call it check. We haven't really talked about the taxi yet. But yeah, in fact, let's do it right now. Coming over to the charts. Airport. Right, so we will taxi on Whiskey 2 up to Whiskey and then down on Hotel all the way to Juliet 1, and then we have full length available for our departure. Alright, we're starting to push. There was only one proper pushback to select, which was on Whiskey 1, on the designated point, I hope. Not sure if it's marked on the tarmac somewhere, but I hope we're gonna end up facing the correct way. Right. Oh, guys, look at this. I am stoked. I'm looking forward to this one. Man, there is so many 777 flights I want to do. It's actually too much to do them all. Yeah, okay. This looks promising so far. Okay, let's fire up the mighty G90s. And let's start with number 2, then we can look outside. Auto start, of course. Oh, that's not really showing the fan, is it? Yeah, look at this, even custom interior, like green colored interior. That's pretty cool. But I do want to see the fan. There we go. Yeah, so sound's still fairly muted. I know that there's been a some sound pack being released, but I'm not a huge fan of like putting a bunch of add-ons on top of a payware add-on already. So I don't know. Maybe PMDG will decide to update the sounds at some point. But I still feel like the sound, I don't know, how do you call it, like the sound characters is pretty good for the G90s, especially from the cabin view. I think it's pretty good. It's just a little bit muted. They just need to dial it up a little bit, in my opinion. Yeah, so that's going to be a good pushback. We can taxi out to the right. That's perfect. Okay, I think that's one good engine start, so let's continue with the left engine. And pushback should be completed any second, I believe. Yeah, Marshall is standing there. That's always a good sign.
Set parking brakes.
Right, this time I actually forgot to bring up the EFB when entering the takeoff performance. I'm just remembering this right now that we have the option to put it there. But never mind. Just a tiny detail. Okie dokie. I would call that 2 good engine starts. We have 2 good generators running as well. So APU's coming off. This comes RTO trim set flap 15 departure today. Oh, wait a minute, flap 20. Did I hit it one too much? Yeah, I probably did. Okay, there we go, flap 15. Checklist before taxi. Anti-ice not required. Recall is checked. Flight controls are not checked. I was too quick. Too quick for that. Okay, full left, full right, full up, full down, rudder, full left, and full right. That's looking good. Flight controls and ground equipment is clear. Marshal is walking away. Sweet. Taxi lights. Let's go. Alrighty, we are getting there. Shit is about to get real, I would say. Let's switch on the weather radar. Never know what's cooking here in these regions in terms of thunderstorms. Before takeoff checklist. Slowly now. Yeah, still before takeoff. So flaps are set 15. That's checked. Transponders coming. Traffic advisory and resolution advisory. And now we just need to take 2 more turns and then we shall be ready to rock and roll. Let's take it slowly around the turn. Yeah, this hill up there looks a bit strange. Not sure why though. It's a long aircraft. Luckily, like most of the airports we fly this one into, it's big taxiways as well. But always need to be careful. Okay, this looks to be okay. Checking the other side, since I'm still not sure which way AI traffic is coming in, but I can't see anything up there, so we should be good. Right, strobes, turn off, landing lights. Everything is on. Let's take the flight time over here. Let's take every bit of runway we can use. Putting in a little bit of right engine power so we can make it around the turn. Okay guys, let's rock and roll. And I remember from the last flight that it is quite heavy on rotation, so I'm gonna try to pull a little bit stronger this time and a little bit more. Okay, let's hit the clock and let's go. Let's go flying. Okay, it's 40%, 50% stable. Takeoff. Yeah. Wow, that's huge. Sometimes this lossless scaling really has some bugs, but I hope we are all good now. Okay, V1 and rotate.
V2.
Okay, keeping it 7.5 degrees. And we are airborne. Gear is coming up. Cool stuff. Oh. Climb rate is not so bad, even though we are super heavy, but that's what the 777 is known for, right? Oh my gosh, this is too good. This is really too good. Okay, so I guess we can start this right-hand turn any second. There we go. Also speeding up now a little bit. Yeah, there's Hong Kong down there straight ahead. That's why I prefer the departure towards the east. Okay, flap 5, speed check flaps 5. Okay, speed 240, is this what we're allowed to go? Actually 220. So wait a minute, why is the navigation commanding us to go faster than that? There's no speed constraint in here. That's a little bit odd. Is that by mistake? Or is that minimum 220? Hard to tell. Let's say 220. I think it makes sense. Let's go autopilot on as well. I think 220 makes sense since we are heading over the city. It kind of makes sense to gain some altitude. Wow, look at the old Hong Kong airport down there. Oh yeah, this is actually scenery. Not sure, is it the standard Asobo or is it a custom one? I'm not sure right now, but yeah, so kind of unrealistic to have the airport in there right now. But yeah, this is what it was like back in the days. There is some other traffic, but seems like it's not going to be a conflict. We are above. Right. Okay, now we are basically at TDVOR, so let's speed up now. And let's get rid of those flaps, already passing 9,000, so that's pretty high. To be at flaps 9,000, by the way, was transition. I might have forgotten to enter that in the FMC. So speeds checked, flaps 1. Continuing to accelerate. So let's go flaps up. Right, after takeoff checklist is completed. Passing 10,000, speeding up to 320 knots right now. Heading out over the ocean. Wow, what a really, really great departure. I love this one. Always flying out of Hong Kong, something special. So very cool stuff. Alright guys, so now it's gonna be a 13-hour flight until we get to Los Angeles, and I'm really hoping for a equally nice landing. And yeah, enjoy the cruise guys, catch you over there. Hey guys, welcome back to the flight deck. Just seeing, we need to put out a little bit of speed brake here to stay on the path. Right, so we are approaching Los Angeles finally after 12 hours and 33 minutes into the air. That's a rather long flight, but we are finally getting there. And yeah, in fact, we are pretty close, 20 miles from the airfield, but as you can see straight ahead, it is not exactly the Californian sunny day which you would expect coming into Los Angeles. Instead, it's a little bit cloudy. I don't think anything crazy, but yeah, actually let's check the weather. Let's make it simple. So I just refreshed that a few seconds ago. So we have variable wind 6 knots, but we're still going to land runway 24 right. 6 miles of visibility, haze, few clouds, 1400, scattered 1600, broken 4500, 22 degrees, altimeter is 3006. So that's the deal. Right, coming over to the charts, we are now flying the Ironman arrival, which ends up at this sort of rather low speed, 210 knots, holding at 6000, and then sort of tracking the vectors outbound from the airfield. So we will be flying this, and then very much depending on the situation regarding AI traffic, we will take a right-hand swing, 180 degree right-hand swing onto the final approach course, and then we will hopefully nicely bring it down into Los Angeles, go around altitude 2000, holding out at depths over the ocean. Very simple. I haven't done the performance calculation, but knowing Los Angeles and knowing runway 24 right, we don't have a huge runway available, 8,914 feet. So let's see, we have 220 tons right now, flap 30. We were at 5, autopack 3, weather. Yeah, and this putting us at 6614, and yeah, we will do that. And there are a couple of high speeds exits, which we will use, vacating to the left, of course, switching the landing lights on at this point as well. And yeah, so that's the deal, that's the plan. Let's see, right now I still have AI traffic running. If FPS are dropping too much approaching Los Angeles, we might just kick out the traffic for the arrival, and then we can load it back in when we taxi into the stands. That makes it a bit more realistic for the taxi in. But I think for the landing into such a big airfield, such a busy environment, we want to make sure that our FPS don't drop too much. So just hitting the coast right now. Airport is over there, hiding behind those clouds. Really, really cool. The only thing though that's really very annoying in the sim at the moment is that we only have this one cloud type. By the way, I think the active sky, which has been released a few weeks ago, actually brings more cloud variety. I haven't used it so far, did not get it yet, but to you guys out there, so anyone wants to share his or her experience with active sky and whether it's worth it to spend the money. I know they also have historical weather, which is also a case for me, so that would also be a use case. Other than that, we need flaps 1, so let's go flaps 1. Yeah, so historical weather, that's a use case for me, and then also regarding cloud variety. So if any one of you wants to share if it's really worth it, feel free to do so. I would be very curious to get some input on that. Yeah, okay, so now we're basically just tracking out, keeping it at 6,000, and then we will see. We will do a right-hand turn whenever we feel like AI traffic is not in our way. So it looks like for now there's no other traffic on the arrival at all. Which seems sketchy to me, but I will take it. So let's start the right-hand turn. And let's descend down to 4,000. Flight level change, speed to 10. And yeah, then this should make for a nice arrival. I love flying into the LA area. It's just so incredibly huge. It's city everywhere. Alright, continuing the right-hand turn, heading 210. And this should be good for the localizer intercept. Oh. Localizer is captured. We might be overshooting this one a tiny bit. Nah, actually we might be coming out just fine. Vertical speed, let's shallow out a little bit so we can catch the glide slope as well. Let's go flap 5 for the glide slope, I think that's convenient. Speed 200 knots. And that's the glide slope. Go around altitude 2000 is set. Speed brake armed. Right. Let's see, 16 miles to go. Easy peasy so far. Let's keep the speed dropping. The 777 is rather slippy. So it's really hard to slow down. So I don't want the engines to spool up at this point. Alright, let's go flap 15. .160 knots. Let's see, final approach speed 140 plus 5 makes it 145. So that's 2,000 feet. Let's go gear down, flap 20. Flap 25. And flaps full. Speed is set. Checklist will be completed any second. Let's do the lights like that. Quick look outside to see those flaps. Yeah. Huge flaps. Alright, guys. It's all up to us. So, FPS 28, which is okay, I think. If it drops anywhere lower, then we might consider just rolling out AI traffic just for the landing. Yeah, 27 FPS. I could just about live with that. Anything lower becomes really bad, but I think 27 is okay. Right, no wind at all. At least not indicated. And oh yeah, that's the approach with the in and out burger, right? So down here on the right hand side, that's the in and out burger. Very famous place.
50 above. Decide.
Continue.
$100. 50.
Light slow.
20. 10.
And come on, get down. There we are. Reverse normal decel. Yeah, so now FPS even dropped a bit further, 24. Maybe braking idle forward. Was some hard braking there towards the end, but I think we need to take this high-speed exit. Alright guys, so welcome to Los Angeles. Wow, so cool to complete this very long flight. The airport layout is so crazy. It's a tiny holding area here, just between the two runways. I mean, look at that. We can barely fit inside here. That's crazy. That is crazy indeed. Okay, but the runway seems to be clear, so we can cross. Let's do a quick cleanup. Oh yeah, check this. I forgot to put it away. But it was completed, of course. Flight directors, reset minimums. Landing lights can come off. Runway turn-off lights, I don't really need those. Yeah, so FPS down here, not really great, I have to admit. It's a heavy scenery, and with the AI traffic on top, it gets really heavy. Alright guys, swinging into stand 157. Unfortunately, my menu toolbar has gone, and I think that is a bug related to loading a saved flight. And I had this a long time ago, and I thought it would be fixed, but it appears to be the case again. Anyhow, so this means we don't have GSX, but it's not a biggie. I think we can even request some of the stuff through the EFB, and we even have the docking system working, so it's not too bad actually. Right. Also on the other side of the terminal, we actually had the company 777, likely also coming over from Hong Kong. I think they have 3 flights every day, if I'm not mistaken. One feet. Okay, stop. There we go. Okay, park and brake. APU should be running. Engines cut off. 12 hours 57. Wow, what a long journey. Right, so overhead panel, fuel pumps are coming off, hydraulics are coming off as well, seatbelts coming off, and beacons, and yeah, also the ADIRUs on such a long turnaround for sure. Cool, so lights are set, everything is looking good, and now let's see if we can actually use this one to get some ground connections. Okay, set chocks first of all. Request jetway. Oh, it's moving. Perfect. Requesting ground power and requesting air conditioning unit as well. Then with door management, disarm all. And then we can open this one and open the cargoes as well. Can even do turn type, that's pretty cool. Custom off short maybe. It will probably be long in reality, but I want things to kick off. Maybe we'll get some deloading, I don't know actually. Oh, now we have left one also open. Never mind. Alright guys, I guess that completes our flight. Quickly looking over here, yeah, so that's the company 777. We have an ANA Dreamliner, and we have a Lufthansa A350 as well. Pretty cool lineup here at LAX, as always. I think these are typically the stands where the A380s are parked, all lined up, which makes for really cool aviation photos. Right guys, so this completes our journey, long journey in the 777. Yeah, still this continues to be a very, very cool aircraft to fly. Still so many more routes that are out there which I kind of want to do in the future. I really need to decide which ones to prioritize. And yeah, I'm super happy that finally we have a proper long hauler in Microsoft Flight Sim, which is a lot of fun to fly. And then I guess it's actually not far away until we get the next iteration of the 777, which, if I'm not mistaken, should be the is it the freighter coming next? I think it was the freighter next in the lineup. So very much looking forward to that one already. And yeah, so I'm gonna call it the day for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed this 777 long haul as much as I did, and I will see you around on the next one. Take care everyone, and bye bye.